Usually when I see people writing something or reading a book, I tend to think that they are a bit more intellectual, they have hunger for knowledge, and they're more open to connect. Or at least that's how I thought so far, until today. It's been about 50 to 60 approaches, I think. I spoke to these people who are writing something or carrying a book all the time in the cafes or in the hotels that I stayed. Unfortunately, it turns out the people with a beer glass in their hand or coffee, who are not engaged with anything intellectual, they seem to be more open. They seem to be more open for conversations and connection. And the times I'm talking to women, they almost always think that if you initiate a conversation, you're interested in them in terms of, asking them out or something like that. During the days I was in a relationship, and during the days, I don't feel attractive to them. And, let's be honest, not everyone feels attractive to everyone. There are many people who don't even see me pass by. It's like this, and I accepted it. There's no problem in it, okay? Even those women tend to think, and they act like, they suddenly get into a demand kind of an environment, and they send out those vibes, and they're not unavailable for a conversation. But these people that I have spoken to, it seems to be that they're going counterintuitive about whatever their intentions are. They may not be aware of their intentions. It's usually subconscious. Probably these people who carry the book in their hand or writing something, and they're doing it in absolutely public place. It's not like, the person is in a corner having his or her own coffee, reading something or delving in their thoughts. But they sit in a public area. Mostly this is the case. I'm not saying everyone, but most of the times I watch everything. They sit in the public area, they're well dressed, and they kind of want to show that, I'm not dressed for anyone. I'm just I'm not only talking about women, even men do a lot of stuff. Through their dressing, through their eating, through their behavior, their body language, they are expressing that they're wanting to connect. That's why they come out. That's why they sit in our places. Their choice of table, their choice of cafes. I see everything. But when you look at the patterns, when you connect the dots, they're obviously in a busy area. They're obviously in the cafe that's full of people, in order to send out a message that they're intellectuals or they like books or there's something very special than the other people, right? But that's counterintuitive because it's yielding nothing to them. When people approach or when people smile, they're not even available to smile. They don't look at people. They kind of check out, but then they hide their side. They see, but they don't see. All these kind of dramas.